Alright everybody, welcome back to another video here in the world of Explorer. Today we're going to be playing Grixis Planeswalkers, and this is a super cool deck that is focused on playing cards like Nicol Bolas, Dragon God, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Kaito Shizuki, and Nicol Bolas the Ravager, which can turn into a Planeswalker, and just gaining a ton of advantage off of these Planeswalkers. It also runs a bunch of early game disruption and removal, some mid-range creatures and threats, and a bunch of lands. So it's a very, very strong deck, super fun to play. The sideboard's pretty awesome. It's got 3 Duresses for against the control matchups, 3 Noxious Grasps because it's good against green and white creatures and also Planeswalkers. We've got 3 Go Blanks against 2 Go Blanks against the slower decks, 2 Anger the Gods for the Go Wide, Unlicensed Hearses for the graveyard decks, as well as 2 Kolaghan's Commands. These come in a lot of different situations because they're just so useful, have so many different modes. I'm super hyped to play this deck. I cannot wait to explore this deck with you guys, and thanks so much for pioneering Explorer with me. Alright, here we are with the Grixis Planeswalker deck. We're going to keep this hand. It's got some early removal and some good creatures, so that's perfect. We're just going to play a tapped Blood Crypt to start. Let's see what our opponent is up to. Let's find out. They're playing Zagoth Triome. Interesting, I don't know exactly what that means yet. So let's just play an untapped Steam Vents and get a Blood Tithe Harvester out. And looks like we're playing some sort of Grixis aggro deck right now, but what they don't know is we're going to start getting some scary Planeswalkers out later in the game. So, Lotus Cobra will not survive. What I think I'm going to do is just play a land, probably just play it on the black side. You want to generally play your lands on the black side here. And then I think I'm going to just stop this while I can and save mana for a Fatal Push if that comes up next turn, or by the end of their turn. Alright, that's good. Pass to them. Lotus Cobra again is just fine. We will kill it in response to them playing a land, if they give us the opportunity to do so. Alright, well, let's just see what they play first, actually. So, we're going to Fatal Push the Lotus Cobra. They can play Leaf Kindred... Oh, Growth Spiral. Okay, I will respond and kill Lotus Cobra in response to that. That way they just don't get more mana to work with. They can play a land if they'd like. That's totally fine. And then from here, we actually just have a lot of really strong... Okay, land is what we really wanted to draw there. So let's just play a Graveyard Trespasser. Do they have enough for like an Omnath? I don't know if that's what they're playing. It doesn't feel like it. They don't have white mana or red mana. So I'm going to assume that they're not playing an Omnath. So I'm content with just playing a Graveyard Trespasser, killing a Lotus Cobra from their bin, slaying for 3, getting them to 11, and we're just playing Grixis aggro now, baby. Let's go. So let's see what else they get up to. They're at 5 mana. Cavalier of Thorns is a good card. It's not going to be quite enough here, but that's alright. They're going to put a land out. They revealed, okay, they're definitely playing some sort of, whenever a land enters the battlefield, Cavalier, Cloud Conceer. Alright, it's some sort of like Sultai-y interesting deck. I like it. Whatever they're doing, it's kind of cool. So let's just murder their Cavalier of Thorns. Sorry, buddy. You can put something on top if you would like. That's totally fine. Because we're going to get in there for a bunch of damage. Yep. You can put a Cavalier on top. That's just fine by me. I'd rather that than anything else. Let's play a Croxa. Discard a card. Maybe lose some life, depending on what you discard. And then we're going to come in there for 6. And exile probably just the Tatiova from their bin. And things are going to be pretty good. It's going to be pretty hard for them to come back here. We're going to get in there for 6. Let's get rid of the Tatiova. That's the creature in their bin I'm the most afraid of. And that'll be good. So what they can do here is, unless they can play like Cavalier and something else, they're going to die. Because we're going to stomp their face, as Bone Crusher Giants are wont to do. And just bonk them. Yep, you get to mill some stuff. It's all about what I was expecting. Alright, Risen Reef. Okay. I like it. So now, what do we want to do? Does that change anything? We have only 3 cards in the bin. So if we just go ahead and we can stomp the Risen Reef and get them to... Yeah, if we just stomp the Risen Reef, we can exile a card with the Graveyard Trespasser and they die. Just wanted to be sure that that was what was going to happen. Slay for here, exile a Risen Reef, deal a damage to him, and kill him. Grixis aggro got there. Let's see if Grixis Planeswalkers can get there in game number 2, shall we? Alright, they're playing just a bunch of green stuff, so I actually think Noxious Grasp is going to be good. Go Blanks I like. Kolaghan's commands seem decent. Let's get rid of Bloodsheath's Thirst. I think we want to get rid of both Graveyard Trespassers. They were pretty good that game, but I don't think they're as necessary. Let's get rid of one Kaito Shizuki. Let's just go down with... Let's go with one Kolaghan's command and shave some of the less necessary... Get rid of one of the Croxas. Actually, let's get rid of both Croxas and put back in a Noxious Grasp. Yeah, I like this a lot. I think this is going to be great against what they're trying to do. Alright, here we are with game number 2. We'll keep this hand. We got early removal, early disruption, all sorts of good stuff here. So let's just play Murkwater, Thoughtseize them, see what we see. Vraska's Contempt. I think we just get rid of Risen Reef here. I'm not too worried about a Vraska's Contempt. Like, if they want to kill... Yeah, the Fatal Pushes aren't looking good against what they've got. Actually, no, because our Bone Crusher Giants can be pretty good. I actually think we get rid of Vraska's Contempt. That kind of signals to them what our plan is, likely, but I don't think there's anything we can do to realistically stop that. I think I have to play this on its red side, which isn't great because it means we might have to play a tap land here in the future. But if they go Risen Reef, I would like to be able to kill it and save some mana. Let's see what they do. Probably just play a Risen Reef. Yup, that is fine. I'm definitely gonna stomp it right here. Fatal Push definitely doesn't feel very good right now. But that's okay. Let's see what we draw. Alright, that's a good draw. Let's just play Clearwater Pathway, Bone Crusher Giant, and see what they do next. They might just go Cloudkin Seer, which is totally fine, and then play a land. And then we're just going to start getting in there for some big damage. And we're probably going to play up tapped Hive of the Eye Tyrant. We definitely don't want any more Fatal Pushes. That's not a great draw, but it's fine. Get in there for some damage. Ooh, I'll take a chump block there. That was a card I was going to make Nicol Bolas annoying, so definitely glad that they chumped there. Risen Reef, alright. Another Risen Reef's pretty good. Let's see what they end up doing. They drew a card off of it. And then just the tap land. Okay. That's fine. Alright, the lands keep on coming and they don't stop coming. Let's just go Blight Step here. Play a Nicol Bolas. And the question is, if they're going to play Tatiova, they don't get to trigger their Risen Reef. So I actually think I'm going to start getting cards out of their hand. See what they end up doing. Each opponent who doesn't control a legendary creature or planeswalker loses the game. That's pretty gross. This was also a nice draw because we get to play... Oh, they got rid of their Tatiova. I am going to keep this guy back. I like Nicol Bolas as a win condition. They might have a Vraska's Contempt to get rid of it. But that's fine. Yarok. Okay. That's kind of cool. I like this a lot, whatever they got going on. They get to draw a bunch of cards. Don't know if it's going to save them in the long run, because we're going to keep ripping cards out of their hand. These Fatal Pushes are super dead, and that's unfortunate, but not much we can do to stop it now. Ooh, that was a good draw. So let's start by drawing a card, and then they get to get rid of a card in hand. Ooh, those were both good draws. So let's just... Ooh, what do I want to do now? I think I just want a Noxious Grasp. So let's play red. So if we play this, then it guaranteed makes them discard a card. So let's make them discard a card to start. And we're just ripping their hand apart, which is really good when they've got a Risen Reef out. And then we're just going to kill Yarok. And if they want to play another Yarok, they get to draw some cards, maybe play some lands. And that's pretty okay with me. We're 1 turn away. We're like 2 turns away. Oh. That's interesting, actually. I did not expect them to discard a Vraska's Contempt if that's something that they had. Definitely kill the Yarok. And they have had enough. All right. All right, here we are with the Grixis Planeswalkers deck. I'm going to keep this hand. I'm on the play. We can go Thoughtseize here and get some of the stuff out of their hands, see what they're up to so we can form a game plan based on that. Magma Opus, Memory Deluge. Man, what do I want to get rid of? It feels like we want to get rid of Alrund's Epiphany, kind of. Because I don't think we're going to get another chance to later. Though Memory Deluge, though, that's terrible to get rid of. Man, this is tough. They've got a lot of good cards here. Let's just get rid of Alrund's Epiphany. No, I'm going to get rid of Fire Prophecy. I'm trusting that I can get aggressive on them and make some stuff happen early on. So let's just play a Steam Vents, play a Blood Tithe Harvester. We do want to get a 3-drop here. If we don't, we're probably going to get rid of one of our lands to this Blood token. So let's see what they do. Let's see what they've drawn. I'm not fully confident in that I made the right decision with the Thoughtseize. I don't know for sure. We're going to have to see. Because if they have like a removal spell for Blood Tithe Harvester, I'm going to feel like a bit of a dunce. Don't do it. Leave me alone. Come on. Oh, okay. What else do they have? Okay, so they're just going to discard Magma Opus. I wasn't sure if that was their plan. I had a feeling it might be, but that's fine. What else are they up to, though? I know they're just trying to take a trillion turns. I actually took a long break from Magic Online, like Magic in general, and especially 60-card Magic. Oh, they missed a land drop? Yikes. That's a yikers. Let's just get rid of probably Steam Vents. I don't want to get rid of both my lands in case I draw a Nicol Bolas. Alright, that's pretty good. So I'm just going to play Blood Crypt, play a Chandra. That's fine. You get to learn. What are you grabbing? Environmental Sciences, that makes sense. Get in there for 5, make a treasure token. And see what else they get up to, because with them being short on lands, it's pretty good for us. Environmental Sciences. This was the draft format that escaped me a little bit. I would have loved to play it, but I just wasn't playing much Magic at the time. As we all do, I take breaks here and there, you know. Alright, so let's just play a Chandra. We're going to play a Chandra. And then I'm going to play a Xander's Lounge. Tapped. Plus the Chandra. And play the Graveyard Trespasser. Exiling... I guess probably just Magma Opus. That's the only card that they could play that I'm afraid of. And since they've missed their land drops, there's not much that they can really do here. Like, they have 1 turn to make some stuff happen. Like, if they have an Anger of the Gods, fair enough. That is not an Anger of the Gods, though. Now they're about to see my anger. And they're not going to like it. I'll tell you that much. Let's just play a Blood Tithe Harvester. I think I'm going to +1 this, see what we hit. Heartless Act. Yeah, we're going to cast that, that's for sure. Kill your dude. Yep. And then we were just going to copy a creature and swing for lethal. Alright, so they're playing lots of good stuff. So let's bring in all the stuff that stops their stuff and all that stuff. You know what I'm talking about with that stuff? Stuff? Alright, let's get rid of a bunch of the removal spells that aren't going to be great here. I actually think we get rid of both the Graveyard Trespassers and just move into like a pretty solid control mid-range creature planeswalker deck. Alright, here we are in game number 2. Our opponent mulliganed, and I think we can keep this hand. It's not super disruptive in terms of like ripping cards out of their hand, but if they're already mulliganing, I don't think we need to be super aggressive on disrupting their hand right away, though Kroxa will be nice later on. I'm going to hold Kroxa for at least a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to pay 2 life here. Our life total very much so does not really matter. And they can, like, Fire Prophecy this or something if they feel the need. Jawari Disruption's also fine. We're going to be tapping out a lot the next few turns, so them Jawari Disruptioning there is good. Alright, let's actually just go... No, I don't think I'm going to Thoughtseize here. I think I'm just going to Fable. See what they do. They probably have a Divide by Zero is my guess. Yep, that's fine. You can go learn, probably get an E-Sciences. Ooh, Teachings of the Archaic. That's also a good one. They get to draw 2 cards off of this, which is nice. It's just a little divination. They don't get to Ancestral Recall with it, which is nice, but... Alright, that's all fine and dandy. Ooh, do we just start doing it to them? Alright, I'm gonna start by Thoughtseizing and see what we see. So, lots of good stuff going on here. I think I'm gonna start by getting rid of Goldspan Dragon. And then I'm going to play... this on its red side. Technically, we could use the extra blue, potentially. And then I think I'm going to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker. If they untap, they get to, like, big score. Man, I don't think I want them to big score, actually. So I'm going to do this, take their big score... pass the turn. End of turn, we're just going to stomp them. Hopefully they play the Fable of the Mirror Breaker and we can stomp the token. Okay, good. That's ideal. So that's about as mana efficient as we could have gotten that turn. I just am afraid, because they're trying to do bigger stuff than us, if we disrupt what they're trying to do, it's going to be better for us in the long run. Now I would like to... Man, I think I just want a Kroxa here. 1, 2, 3, 4... No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to Kaito Shizuki. Hopefully we can draw a land. That would be great. Draw land. A black land, please. Well, I mean, technically we drew a black land. What do we want to get rid of, though? Probably Fable. Because I would like to keep something around to kill the Reflections of Kiki-Jiki. So we did hit our land drop. It wasn't the most efficient way to do it, but that's okay. They get to cycle some of their cards, loot away some for something new. They like the card they just drew. Unexpected Windfall. Okay, that's pretty good. What else do they have? A land. Okay, what do they have at instant speed then? Let's start with a +1 from Kaito. See what we see. Alright, I'm going to get rid of... Man, I think I'm going to get rid of the Bone Crusher Giant. And then I'm going to duress their face. Ooh. I'm just going to take their Fading Hope in basically in all definitions of the word. Then take their Storm's Wrath, which... In flavor-wise, I should have taken their Fading Hope after I took the Storm's Wrath, but that's okay. A bit of a flavor fail, but what you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Alright, give me what you got. I'm gonna Kroxa your face. Sorry, pal. He's kinda having a rough game here. I'm gonna make a creature now. Slay for 4. Play Bone Crusher Giant. And if they draw like an Alrund's Epiphany, they can start going off a little bit, but Not really. Like, okay, Goldspan Dragon's pretty good, actually. Goldspan Dragon's not bad. Because they get to make 2 of them. But still, like, they get to... Oh, they're going face? Wow. I respect that. That's a power move. Oh, we didn't draw a land. Alright, we really need to draw a land. So let's get in there for 8, 9. Go to 5. Actually, I think I'm going to keep... 1, 2, 3, 4... I'm going to keep back Nicol Bolas, and that might seem a little bit weird because it means I'm... Even if I flip Nicol Bolas, it's going to be a little bit odd. But I think it's for the best. I'm going to draw a card here. Fable of the Mirror Breaker doesn't actually do it. So now I'm going to play... I'm just going to play the Kroxa. Getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then... Oh no, the sound went out again. Oh no. Alright, go ahead and do this. If they have a way to kill Nicol Bolas, I actually do lose here. Which is unfortunate, but if they don't, they're super dead on board. They have 1 turn to have drawn some sort of removal spell or another haste creature that has 4 power in the air. If they drew another Goldspan... Okay, we got there. Alright, here we are back with the Grixis Planeswalker deck. We're playing against a Yorion deck. I like this hand. It's a little bit removal heavy. I'm hoping that they're the... Okay, that makes me think that they are likely the Elementals deck, which I would prefer them to be. So let's just play a Blight Step, hold up a Fatal Push. Hopefully they just play like a Lotus Cobra. That'd be awesome. No Lotus Cobras. That's okay, though. I'm going to play a Den of the Bugbear. I think I'm just going to play a Kroxa. Start ripping apart their hand a little bit. This does do a good job of messing with people's hands, which I like a lot. See what they end up discarding. It's going to tell us... Okay, okay. So this makes me think the Indomitable Creativity Agent of Treachery deck. Fable of the Mirror Breaker. That's fine. So here I'm going to start with a Thoughtseize. That was a great draw, by the way. What do I want to get rid of? Oh my goodness gracious. Coma Coil? Or Coma? Not today. And then from here, I kind of like the idea of just killing the Bone Crusher. Or not killing Bone Crusher. Killing their token. But I'm going to use a Steam Vents to do it. And then crush this. So they get to cycle some cards, which is annoying, actually. It's pretty good in their hand right now. Let's see what they end up getting rid of. Probably... Ooh, they got rid of both forests. They're looking to try to play this Rest in Peace to stop our Kroxa, which is totally fair. And we're going to keep killing their creatures is my plan. So I'm going to pay 2 life for this, play a Kaito Shizuki, Fatal Push this guy, and then we're going to -2 here. And that'll be pretty good. They can't actually target it. If they somehow are able to get a Agent of Treachery out, they can't even take my Kaito. Oh, they discarded 2 Agent of Treacheries. So they're trying to reanimate it then. Which is weird if they have Rest in Peace, but okay, okay. I don't know what they've got going on here. But it's interesting to say the least. So let's just do this. I think I'm going to attack for 1. See what we get off the card draw here. Watery Grave, okay. And then stomp this. And just play a Bone Crusher Giant. Woo-wee! We have a lot of removal, that's for sure. Feels pretty good. They discarded all their lands and then ended up not playing a land for turn. So they're really trying to force something out. Okay, so they drew their land. Are they going to get like a white mana? They can't play Rest in Peace, right? Fires of Invention's good. Oh, I'm so happy with them playing Rest in Peace. I'm worried that they're going to try to get out their Agent of Treachery. I just got rid of 3 Agent of Treacheries. They did that for me. That was very, very polite. Thank you very much. Let's go ahead and Thoughtseize their face. Yorion, I'm sorry, dude, but you are too good. My buddy CGB has done too many cool things with you. let's just go ahead and Heartless Act the Reflections. This is going pretty well right now. Now that I'm not worried about Agent of Treachery after Agent of Treachery, they've got one left in the deck, and not a good way of getting it out. Ooh, let's just pay 2 life, play a Bone Crusher Giant. What do you got for us, my man? What do you got for us? Can't imagine this is feeling pretty good anymore. Yep, Omen of the Sea, get your cards. We're gonna come in there for a ton of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 10, 11. We get them to... Ooh, they scribe bolt to the top, though. That's pretty good. Okay. Interesting. I was not expecting the Risen Reef. After what they've played so far, I didn't expect this to be some sort of, like, 4-color... They're kind of playing everything right now, I guess, which is kind of cool. So let's just get in there for a bunch of damage. See if they chump or anything. Not likely to, but then we're going to Nicol Bolas their face. And then if we draw a land anytime soon... Alright, you get to scry. What you scrying, my man? Slash... my friend? What you got for us, my friend? So, they're scrying 2. We're gonna draw a card off Kaito. Kaito's so sick in this deck, by the way. Also, look at how cute the little... I think that's like a little raccoon. That's so cute. So, what are they blocking with? Probably nothing. They're probably just gonna take 9 here, go to 5. Alright, so they are going to chump block. Oh, they're not going to chump block. Okay. Take your 9. I think I'm just going to play Nicol Bolas, pull a card out of their hand. See what they do. And then I'm just going to draw a card with Kaito. What did they exile? The Omen of the Sea. What do we draw with Kaito? Alright. So now... Omnath is good... And if they have a land, it's not bad. But we'll see if it's going to be enough. It's going to be hard for it to be enough. Because we're likely going to be able to flip this here. Okay. That's cool. But now they can't play it. I don't think they realized that that's what was going to happen. Yeah. They forgot that Fire's Invention limits the number of spells you can cast in a turn, I think. What do we got? Let's go blanks for sure. Definitely Noxious Grasps. And I don't think they're trying to get stuff out of their deck. So I think this is going to be good. And what do we take out? I think Graveyard Trespassers can come out. I think the Fatal Pushes can come out. Actually, I don't like them here. They didn't play like Lotus Cobras. They might be running them. I'm not 100% sure. And they probably are. So let's get rid of one of the Bloodsheath's Thirst and put a Fatal Push back in. I don't want to get rid of Duresses. They might be playing Genesis Ultimatum. I just didn't get quite enough information. Alright, here we are in game number 2. We are on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little sketchy because it's got 1 black mana and a bunch of other colors, but I think it's going to be fine. We're just going to Thoughtseize them. Normally, I don't Thoughtseize on turn 1 if I can get away with not doing it, but I think in this scenario, it's for the best. Alright, we have the Heartless Act to kill Omnath, so I have no intention to kill Omnath. I also don't want them to get to escape to the wilds, so... probably just take that. Or we could take Fire's Invention. That's kind of tough, actually. I think I'm going to take Escape to the Wilds. I think just getting rid of some of their card draw is going to be huge. Yup, that's fine. We're going to pay 2 life here. In case they draw something we want to Heartless Act, like a Risen Reef. And if they don't, that's fine. Alright, see? Well, we probably should save Risen Reef for Omnath, so I'm going to actually hold off here again. Unfortunately, oh, they did get a Fabled Passage out. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and play this on its black side. And then, do I want to play Fable of the Mirror Breaker? This hand, they definitely have a lot of stuff going on here. This hand definitely turned pretty good for them when they drew the Risen Reef. I think I have to just hold off. No, I'm going to play Fable. I have so many ways to kill Omnath. I can, like, Chandra it next turn. That's fine. They can draw their cards. There's not much we can do to stop it anyway. Probably play Fires of Invention. I don't know if I like Fires of Invention and Omnath in the same deck. They kind of don't go well with each other. Like, they're fine. It's fine. Fires of Invention's an insane card. But it's not like... I don't know. I'm not impressed by it. You get to make a bunch of mana, but it doesn't do much because you have Fires of Invention. Like, you can't play a Coma even if you wanted to. I don't know. We'll see what they end up doing. Whatever they got going on, it's kind of cool, but put Yorion in hand. See, yeah, that's a feels bad man right there. What do we want to get rid of? I actually think our hand's really good, so I think I'm going to keep it. And when your opponent does this, that's when you're like, oh, no. Pay 2 life, play a Chandra, minus the Chandra to kill the Omnath, the old Locus of Creation. The Coma will prove problematic, though, that's for sure. I'm not sure exactly how we kill it. They can probably draw the land and play it here. It's probably gonna take 2. Okay, they played that. Hand. They don't have a. If they don't have a land, we're in a pretty decent spot. Yorion's fine. They get to bounce all that stuff. Do they have something to do with the mana? Also, did the sound cut out? Am I crazy? I think the sound just cut out. If it did, I'm sorry. I'll make some sound. Blah, 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 blah. Play another Omnath. Okay. All right, opponent. I see you. At the beginning of each upkeep, yeah. What else you got for us, though, my friend? Here, I have to keep up Heartless Act, because if they can get a Coma Coil, then we basically just lose on the spot. Oh, they can actually just play it here? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, that was pretty grody. Look at this. Whoa, look at the snake. All right, I think this one's pretty over. I don't know if we can beat a Coma through all of this. Yeah, let's see what we draw, but it's pretty much game here at this point. Yep, you can make your thing. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and concede. All right, let's go to game 3. Their deck is sweet, though. All right, what do we want to change? Kolagon's commands seem good. Just to make them discard cards. Though it doesn't really... maybe not. I'm going to bring in some Duresses to get rid of their scary... whatever, the Fires of Invention card. And then let's go -2 Blood Tithe Harvesters. And there's no sound, and it's freaking me out. Get rid of a Fatal Push. We still didn't see a Lotus Cobra, so that makes me think that they're not really running it. This deck's cool. Oh, the music. Sound is back. We've arrived. Good, 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 good. Also, look at this chick. Just... Alright, we're going to play first. This hand is great. Just about as disruptive as a hand can get. The question is... I think we're just going to play this on its black side. And then we're going to open with a Thoughtseize. See what they've got going on. The sound's back out, by the way. Rest in peace. I'm fine with rest in pieces. Rip in peace. Alright, just take the Risen Reef because Duress doesn't hit it. The main deck, the rest in pieces just do not scare me at all. We're going to actually play this on the blue side. We're going to Duress them. What you draw? What you got, opponent? Another Rest in Peace. We're just going to get rid of an Omen of the Sea. The third Rest in Peace is not really what our opponent wants. That's a feels bad, man. Yeah, you got us with the Rest in Peace, dude. Now Kroxa is just a 2-mana discard card, but that's okay. Here, I'm just going to play a tapped Blood Crypt and keep up a bunch of removal. And that's going to be just fine. Omen of the Sea, trying to draw some lands. Some things make sense. I am so confused what's going on. This game's freaking me out. Alright. They can draw a card. Let's see if they put stuff on top. The Rest in Peace. That's a cool art for Rest in Peace. Man, that's how I want it. When I die, guys, that's what I want. I want you guys to put me in a little thing. I want you to mummify me, wrap me up in some like paper towel or something, and put me in a little casket. I want to look cool, all right? I'm watching. I'll be paying attention, guys. You better not let me down on this one. Probably wanted to stomp their face at the end of the turn, actually. I'm just going to play a Bone Crusher Giant, pass the turn, see what they end up doing. They can use their Fabled Passage to get a mana. Like, the fact that they have to use it here makes their Omnaths a lot worse. Pass the turn to them. They've got a lot of their colors. They got red, green, white, blue. Okay, well, they missed a land drop. So did we, though. I don't like that. Let's just get in there for 4. They're gonna take it. And now we're gonna use Kaito to draw cards silently. Shh, don't say anything. They can't know we're drawing cards. It's a secret. Maybe they're gonna counter it or something? Alright, draw a card, land, untap land, untap land, land, untap land. That's an untap land. Pay 2 life. Now we can play our Nicol Bolas next turn, and we're holding up Noxious Grasp. This is going pretty good. The million Rest in Peace is just... I think they misread the deck. They saw some Croxas, and fair enough to our opponent. Okay, they like both the cards they're going to draw. That's pretty good. Fair enough to our opponent. They did see Croxas, but we're only running 2, and nothing else in our deck really cares about the bin at all. So, maybe they're getting a little bit bamboozled right now. Let's see what else they got going on. Aether Gust is fine. Take 2. Let's put it on top. It's not a bad card to draw anyway. We're just gonna play a Nicol Bolas. We're going to plus the Nicol Bolas. What is this? What is the ultimate here? Do you get an emblem whenever you deal... Search for a black or blue creature and put it on a battlefield? That's kind of cool. Let's just draw a card, rip their hand apart. They're just going to get rid of their Rest in Pieces, which is fine. And then I would like to draw another card, thank you. No, let's just make a dude. This way we can start getting in there for some damages. I don't have any interest in really alting Kaito Shizuki here. Yeah, that's fine. This is looking pretty over for them. They can play something else. Paradise Druid is fine. Hopefully they put, like, Yorion into hand. Alright, so let's go like this. Let's start by plussing here, seeing what they do. Hopefully they discard the Rest in Peace, because now we get to... Go blank! Discard... Oh, that's so grody, dude. That is so grody. I'm just gonna Noxious Grasp here, I think. Noxious Grasp your Risen Reef. Slay for 1. Whew! This went much better for us. Get him for 1. Draw a card. This deck is so sick. I love it so much. If you haven't played this deck yet, you should consider building it. I am having a blast. Look at my board state right now. I got a little ninja, which is kind of cool. And I got 2 sick planeswalkers. Opponent did not even want to attack. Unfortunate, opponent. I'm sorry, dude. We're just going to play a land. We're going to play a Chandra. And then I'm just going to start doing stuff. So, you got to start exiling permanents you control. You can get rid of your Rest in Peace. Doesn't matter, buddy old pal. It does not matter about your Rest in Peace. So get rid of that. Yup. It's still silent as a grave, which is poetic considering our opponent's kind of getting murdered right now. And then we can slay for 1. Yeah, this is insane. +1 this to draw a card. +3 this to make 2 mana. And then probably just... I want to keep up a Heartless Act. Because I'm afraid that if they play a creature, like there's no reason to risk it. So I'm just going to stomp the face. There just isn't a reason to risk it, in my opinion. Like, we're in such a commanding board state. I don't think there's anything that they could draw, but what's the sense in leaving it up to their deck? I like to leave it up to my deck, because I trust my deck. You can kill my Nicol Bolas if you need to, dude. Hey, I was joking. That's not cool. Goodbye, Kaito. You did some work, though. You added some mana. Okay. Okay. I think our opponent didn't mean to do that. That's alright, though. We're gonna end this here, and then I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with the sound, because it is freaking me out, dude. Let's just... +1 Chandra. Alright, they've had enough. Alright, that was sick. All right, what did we think of the deck overall? Well, it was an absolute blast to play. Super cool. I loved the lines that it had. Tons of card advantage with Kaito and Nicol Bolas and Chandra. And overall, this deck is just one of my favorite decks I've played in Explorer so far. It's very much so my playstyle, you know, like a mid-range control, Planeswalker value engine deck. The sideboard, I don't know. The Unlicensed Hearses, I think, could actually come out for the Weathered Runestone. And if you bring in the Weathered Runestone, you just take out Kroxa, because that's the only card that is the only card that actually gets affected by it. And so I think that would be a good change, because it actually hits other things like Collected Company and such. Overall, the deck and the sideboard are great, except for that one change. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one, and we'll continue to Pioneer Explore together. Bye now.